Hello, Shemai. People are asking questions of us, and I thought it's time to answer them straight, and not the PR exercise we see in the media from the establishment parties. So here goes. First question is, what's going on? The straightforward question, and one we can answer for clearly. Westminster is a shambles, and not relevant to most people's lives. The House of Lords is asleep. Have you seen them? It's a pension scheme for failed politicians. The civil servants are like headless chickens. They're running from one chaos to the next cock-up the politicians have created, but they still get their fat pensions. Cardiff have copied the London formula because they have to. They are, after all, Her Majesty's government in Wales. It's like a room at the end of the corridor in Westminster. It's just that the corridor is the M4. And on top of that, we have a Simon Hart as Governor General to make sure we behave properly. He has the last say. There's democracy for you. Next question. But don't we have our own devolved government to protect us? The problem is that Labour have been in power for 20 years, and we can all see the results of that. Zero economic growth for a starter. But no problem for them, as they've used devolution as a handy cash cow for themselves and their cronies. Now we've got President Drakeford bypassing the Senate completely, putting policy on television, then going to the chamber, making a mockery of the Welsh democracy. They are in coalition with the Lib Dems and an ex-Plaid Cymru Republican Lord. How does that work? Welsh Labour take their orders from London, and the civil servants take their orders from London. Their heads are in London. Let's not forget what Blair, Labour, words were. We need devolution in order to keep the union, and so far it's worked. Next question is anybody questioning all this? You may well ask. Where is the opposition? That's their job. Conservatives have pressed the self-destruct button. They were led astray for a few bottles of wine by Alan Davies, Labour. No surprise there, but they didn't break any rules. They're not the rules you and I have to obey. Susie Davis has been taken out and shot because she's for the Senedd. Her son, who wants to get rid of it, is still standing. And now the failed Andrew R.T. Davies is back as their saviour. He's a retread with a degree in failure. The Lib Dems have rolled over and joined Labour literally. So it's now true. Vote Lib Dem, get Labour government. Plaid Cymru will not rock the boat, as they have given a deal to be in power with Labour after the election. Please note they have done the deal with Labour before the election, and are looking forward to ministerial cars and expenses. They've taken their eye off the ball. One eye is on their salary. They wouldn't earn that salary in the commercial world, and the other eye is on their pension. To help this, the Plaid Cymru Llywydd has gagged McAvoy, who is asking all the wrong questions. In our mind, they're the right questions. He is doing his job. The rest of the rabble cannot decide which party they belong to, just to keep their jobs. The next question. But what about independence then? Plaid Cymru is now for independence, apparently. This is the word that was banned under the Baron Wigley, but unfortunately, after over 90 years, and over 90% of the electorate do not vote for them. If there was a time for a new party for Indy, without the baggage, it's now. Plaid Cymru want to have a referendum on independence, a socialist one only. Gwlad would have a straight question for independence only. The nation would afterwards sort out what colour it would be, and we would not have it now anyway. It's bad timing, Let's see what happens in Scotland and Northern Ireland. Another question was, what would Gwlad do then? We start from a genuine belief that surely we can do better than this, and we can. We really can. We deserve better. Gwlad has a refreshing range of policies, ones that apply to Wales not from dogma, but from need. Take a look at Gwlad.org Manifesto. It's arranged in 3 columns. We're the only party in the UK that does this. Column 1. It's the situation as it is. Not acceptable. Column 2. What the Senedd can do and should do. And column 3. What an independence Wales could do and how it would be so much better. Like many small independent nations around the world, being independent is normal. It's our situation that's abnormal. So the final question. You're just another political party, aren't you? Well, it is true. We are at least a fully registered political party with the Electoral Commission. However, most of us run our own businesses. We're not career politicians. We live in the real world, not the London or Cardiff bubble. That is your world. Please take the time to look at gwlad.org and join us on this exciting journey. Thank you for your time. Talk again soon. Hwyl.